Hey everyone, this is Pastor Matt. I'm here with Pastor Nick. We are right now preparing for our Wednesday night event, our trunk or treat here at our church. And we know that with many of you signed up to volunteer to provide candy to kids as they come through, that right now you're thinking about, you're giving careful attention to the kind of candy that you're going to purchase to give out at this trunk or treat. And we want to give you some information today that we didn't come up with. We found it on the internet, but we believe it will be helpful. Now, both Nick and I know that, just like Abraham Lincoln once said, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, but this is something you can trust. This is how kids judge the Halloween candy you give out. And so remember, your legacy can forever be determined by this information. So Nick, show us the first.
That's right. Let me show you the first type of candy that you do not want to bring because, again, your legend will be based upon this. It's called the old timer. Now, this candy probably wasn't invented yet when you were a kid. In fact, if you're bringing this candy, that probably means that you're a Titanic survivor. So we'll give you some respect for that effort, but you do not want to bring it, okay?
Next, you want to be sure to avoid being known as the spaz. If you bring fortune cookies, paper clips, change, and a battery and give that out, you're going to get an A for awkward. But this is something you definitely want to avoid. The next is...
That's right. The next is called the party pooper. Now, if you bring this type of candy, let me tell you, you're probably allergic to sugar and happiness, but our kids are not. So you don't want to bring the party pooper type of candy. That would be the banana, the toothpaste, things like that. I'd avoid that if I were you.
You also want to be sure that you understand you could be known as a trusty provider. Nothing too fancy in this kind of candy. It's not too bad either. And if you bring this, you're a solid source of at least one or two enjoyable or at least tradable fun-sized treats. This could be a good choice for candy.
That's right, Pastor Matt. The next one is called the Cheapy McCheapface. You're handling and handing out candy from last year's Halloween sale if you're bringing this type of candy. You want to make sure that you don't bring the Cheapy McCheapface. In fact, you may not think that money grows on trees, but tonight some toilet paper might be on your trees if you bring this type of candy.
Stay away from that. Also, avoid becoming known as the psychopath. Nobody likes yucco and candy corn. I mean, what is this? The soul must be as dark if you bring this and bitter as black licorice. At least there's no worry about poison in uneaten candy. So you bring this, you don't got to worry about it affecting the kids because they ain't eating it.
That's right. Now, Pastor Matt, how about you handle the last one?
The last is what you want to be known for, the legend. We shall one day tell our own kids of you. And the gold-plated private jet you must have laying around somewhere represents the lavishness with which you displayed in the candy you gave. You throw some Reese's in there, some Snickers and M&Ms, maybe a little bit of money, and your Halloween legacy will forever be known as the legend. In fact, just today at 3:21 p.m., someone mysteriously swung by the church office and dropped off a bag of these. That's right, Reese's. I don't know who you are. I don't know your name. But you will forever be known as a legend.